Chosen one. Have you ever felt like everything in your life was stripped away piece by piece until you were left wondering if God had forgotten you? Have you questioned why you had to lose so much? Why people walked away? Why doors closed? And why silence filled your prayers? Let me tell you something powerful. This message didn't appear by accident. You were divinely guided here. This moment, right now, is a sign that God is about to restore everything you lost. You've entered the season of divine restoration, and it's unfolding even as you listen. The pain, the loss, the rejection, none of it was meaningless. Every tear watered the ground for the blessings that are about to rise. You are the chosen one, hand-picked by God to walk a path that few can handle. The battles you faced were not to destroy you, but to prepare you for what's coming next. This message is crucial, and it has found you at the perfect time. So I want you to stay until the very end, because what I'm about to reveal will shift your spirit and awaken your understanding. Comment 777 below if your spirit feels this truth aligning within you. And don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share this with another chosen one who needs to hear it. Your restoration begins now, because God is about to restore everything you lost. The season of loss. Why you had to lose everything. Chosen one, every soul that carries a divine calling must walk through the valley of loss. You didn't stumble into pain by mistake. It was written into your destiny as preparation. God doesn't strip away without purpose. When you began losing things, people, opportunities, finances, stability, it wasn't because you were cursed. It was because you were being cleansed. Everything that could not walk with you into your next season had to fall away. It's the divine law of elevation. Before God restores, He refines. Before He multiplies, He subtracts. When you were crying over what you lost, heaven was already celebrating what was being made ready for you. You thought it was over, but it was actually the beginning of a transformation you couldn't yet see. You see, loss is not punishment. It's promotion in disguise. God had to pull certain things out of your life so that new, higher blessings could take root. You were never being abandoned. You were being positioned. You had to lose the temporary so you could receive the eternal. Think about it. If you had kept all those people who betrayed you, would you have learned who truly loves you? If everything had gone according to your plan, would you have discovered your true strength? God allowed the breaking to reveal the making. Every empty space in your life right now is being prepared for divine filling. It's not a void, it's a vessel waiting to be poured into. This is what the world doesn't understand about the chosen ones. You are set apart, and your journey cannot look like anyone else's. Others may walk straight paths, but yours is narrow and sacred. The loss you endured was the price of anointing. You were not rejected, you were redirected. Every delay was a divine detour toward destiny. You had to be stripped of what was draining your spirit so that your purpose could breathe freely again. During that season, you felt isolated, forgotten, maybe even angry at God. You prayed and heard silence. You reached for help and found none. But even in that silence, heaven was speaking through your endurance. God was not ignoring you. He was observing your faith. When He removes everything, He watches to see if you still trust Him with nothing. And you did. That's why your restoration is near. Loss teaches spiritual sight. It removes illusion and exposes truth. When you lose what was never meant for you, your spirit begins to see clearly again. It's only in the emptiness that you start hearing God's true voice. That's when you stop chasing what left and start aligning with what's coming. Every tear that fell was a seed. Every heartbreak was soil being tilled for the harvest that's about to rise. Chosen one, understand this deeply. Your pain was the prophecy. The very thing that broke you was the tool God used to rebuild you stronger. The relationships that crumbled were part of the construction plan. You didn't lose them. They lost access to the next level of your life. What you thought was destruction was actually divine renovation. You had to lose it all so God could show you that He is all. Do not despise your losses. Embrace them as sacred turning points. You were never meant to stay in that old environment with those same energies, under those same limitations. The stripping was necessary to reveal your spiritual power. God was pruning you, cutting off branches that bore no fruit so that you could bear more. This is the truth most people run from, but you, chosen one, were strong enough to face it. That's why your story isn't over. You had to lose everything because God is about to restore it in a way that no one can take credit for. Everything you lost was a seed in the ground, and now heaven is calling for the harvest. Stay still, stay faithful, and remember, your loss was never your ending. It was your initiation into divine restoration. The hidden hand of God. When heaven goes silent. Chosen one, there comes a moment in every divine journey when heaven goes quiet. You pray, you cry, you ask for signs, and all you seem to hear is silence. That silence can feel heavier than any storm, more painful than any loss. You wonder if God has turned away, if you did something wrong, if maybe your prayers no longer reach the heavens. But let me tell you the truth. Silence is not absence. It is strategy. When heaven goes silent, it means God is working behind the scenes, rearranging the unseen. The silence is a sacred signal that something is shifting beyond your understanding. God doesn't always speak in words. Sometimes He speaks in stillness. Sometimes the greatest answers are hidden in what you cannot hear. The chosen ones must learn this. God's silence is often the sound of preparation. Think of Joseph, left in prison though he did nothing wrong. Think of David, anointed as king but hunted like a criminal. Think of Job, stripped of everything yet still faithful. In those seasons, heaven appeared quiet, but the divine plan was alive and unfolding. You see, when it looks like nothing is happening, that's when everything is happening. God hides His hand to test your faith, to see if you trust Him when you can't trace Him. It's easy to praise when the blessings flow, but the true measure of a chosen one is found in how they respond to the silence. The silence reveals the depth of your belief. It asks, will you still trust me even when you hear nothing? That is the question heaven poses to the chosen, and when you answer with faith instead of fear, that's when your breakthrough begins to take form. The silence isn't meant to break you, it's meant to build your discernment. God is teaching you how to hear without hearing, how to see without sight, how to walk without evidence. That's what makes you different, chosen one. Others need constant confirmation, but you've been trained to trust divine timing, even in the dark. You may not see it, but during the silence, heaven is aligning everything you lost, restoring, replacing, and refining it. The people who left you, the doors that closed, the plans that failed, all of it was being divinely restructured while you were sitting in what you thought was abandonment. The hidden hand of God was moving pieces you couldn't see, protecting you from traps you didn't even know existed. Don't mistake God's quietness for disinterest. Don't let your impatience make you think he's forgotten you. The silence is his shadow. He's closer than you think. When heaven is silent, the universe listens. Angels begin their assignments, and creation prepares to deliver what was promised. Chosen one, hold steady. The silence means you've entered the sacred waiting room of heaven. It's where your spirit grows roots. It's where your character strengthens. It's where your destiny is being shaped into perfection. You're not being ignored. You're being incubated. So, if you're in that quiet place now, if prayers seem unanswered and nothing seems to move, don't panic. The silence is proof that God trusts you enough to stand without constant reassurance. You've passed the noise test. Now you're learning divine patience. Comment 444 if this resonates with your spirit, because that's the number of divine protection and alignment. Remember, chosen one, the hidden hand of God is still moving, even when heaven goes silent. And soon, that silence will break, not with whispers, but with restoration. The divine exchange. Why God removes before he restores. Chosen one, there is a sacred law woven into the fabric of creation, the law of divine exchange. Before God brings restoration, he first requires removal. Before the new season begins, the old one must end. You may not understand it when it happens, but every subtraction from your life is a setup for multiplication. God removes before he restores, not to punish you, but to prepare you. You see, the universe cannot fill what is already full. God cannot pour new blessings into hands that refuse to release what no longer serves their purpose. Many times you cried out asking why things were being taken from you. Relationships, finances, peace, or positions you worked so hard to hold on to. But you didn't realize that those things were blocking the greater destiny waiting just ahead. When God removes, he's not breaking your life apart. He's rearranging it to fit his design. Think about the seasons of nature. Before new growth appears, the leaves must fall. The tree looks barren, lifeless even, yet something sacred is happening in the roots. That's the divine exchange. Loss in the natural realm creates room for gain in the spiritual realm. Every time something left your life, something unseen began forming in heaven. It's a law that governs your destiny as a chosen one. When you lost people who didn't value your worth, that was God exchanging imitation for authenticity. When opportunities closed, that was him removing limitations disguised as blessings. When everything you depended on began to crumble, that was heaven breaking the false foundation so that your purpose could be rebuilt on truth. The divine exchange is never easy, but it's always necessary. Chosen one, you are not meant to carry expired energy into divine elevation. God's restoration cannot coexist with what is draining your spirit. That's why sometimes what you lose feels personal, but it's not rejection, it's redirection. The divine exchange requires trust, because what's coming next is invisible until it manifests. You must learn to surrender before you can receive. God often takes you through what looks like destruction just to prepare you for creation. He removes temporary attachments to give you permanent purpose. It hurts, yes, but remember, what you lose in pain, you gain in power. Every time something leaves your life unwillingly, heaven promises an equal or greater return in divine timing. It's a spiritual transaction. Faith is the currency, patience is the waiting period, and manifestation is the reward. Many chosen ones struggle here because they cling to what feels comfortable. You hold on to the familiar, even when it's killing your peace. But God is saying, release what I've already released. Until you do, restoration cannot begin. The divine exchange is an act of faith, letting go before you see what's next. It's the moment you say, even if I lose everything, I still trust you. That's when the gates of restoration open. Do not mourn too long over what God removed. It wasn't meant to be your forever. It was meant to be your teacher. Those who left made space for divine connections. The doors that closed made way for opportunities built on favor instead of force. Everything you thought was ending was actually being reborn. God doesn't recycle your pain. He refines it into purpose. Chosen one, the divine exchange is already in motion in your life. Every loss was recorded in heaven, and every tear is a down payment for restoration. The more you surrender, the more space you create for abundance. The moment you stop resisting the removal, the restoration accelerates. You didn't lose. You traded. You traded comfort for calling, fear for faith, and attachment for alignment. What's coming will not just replace what was lost, it will redeem it. Because God never takes without intending to restore it better, brighter, and blessed beyond recognition. Trust the divine exchange, chosen one. What you released in tears, you will soon receive in triumph. The turning point. Signs that restoration has already begun. Chosen one. Whether you realize it or not, the winds of restoration have already begun to move in your life. What once felt still and stagnant is now quietly shifting beneath the surface. God has already declared the turning point, and the evidence is appearing all around you. The very fact that you are here, receiving this message, is one of the first signs, because divine messages always arrive before divine manifestation. You didn't find this word, it found you. That means restoration is already unfolding in the unseen. One of the clearest signs that restoration has begun is an unexplainable peace that settles deep within you, even when nothing has visibly changed. It's that calm in your spirit that says something is coming, even though you can't explain why. You begin to feel lighter, freer, more aligned with your purpose. Old pain begins to lose its grip. You no longer cry about what you lost because your spirit somehow knows it's being returned in a greater form. That peace is not your imagination. It's your confirmation. Another sign is divine redirection. Doors that once refused to open suddenly begin to move. Connections start reappearing, or new ones emerge that feel guided, purposeful, almost destined. The people who are meant to help you start showing up effortlessly. Opportunities begin to unfold where there was once only resistance. This is the divine pattern. When restoration begins, alignment follows. You don't have to chase anything anymore. What's meant for you begins to chase you. You may also notice that things that used to bother you no longer have the same power. The past no longer pulls you backward. You feel detached from what used to drain your spirit. That's not indifference, that's healing. God has restored your spiritual energy first, before He restores the outer blessings. Restoration always begins internally. Once the inner peace takes root, the external breakthroughs follow. Chosen one, another powerful sign of divine restoration, is that you start receiving sudden bursts of inspiration and clarity. Ideas flow effortlessly. You begin to see the bigger picture, to understand why certain things had to happen. This illumination isn't random. It's God's way of showing that your spirit is now aligned with His timing. You've passed the tests of waiting, and heaven is now giving you revelation to prepare you for the next level. And then there are the unexpected blessings. Small but undeniable. A call you weren't expecting. A job or opportunity that seems to appear out of nowhere. A breakthrough in your health, finances, or relationships. These are not coincidences. They are divine confirmations that restoration is active in your life. Every chosen one experiences this. The little wins that show the bigger blessing is already forming. Pay attention, because restoration doesn't always arrive with thunder and lightning. Sometimes it starts with quiet favor. Sometimes it begins with you smiling again after a long time. Sometimes it's the moment you stop worrying and start trusting. These are the turning points that mark the beginning of your comeback. Chosen. 1. Your turning point is here. What once broke you is now beneath you. The season of suffering has completed its purpose. You're no longer being emptied, you're being refilled. Every moment of silence, every night of tears, every unanswered prayer has built the foundation for this season. This is your divine reversal, the point where everything lost begins to return in a form that cannot be shaken. Comment 333. Below, if you feel this shift resonating in your soul, the number of divine alignment and spiritual awakening. You're not imagining it, chosen one. You're rising again, stronger, wiser, and favored. The restoration has already begun. The restoration process, how God restores what you lost. Chosen one. Restoration is not random. It's not luck nor coincidence. It's a deliberate, divine process, a sacred rebuilding that follows heavenly order. God restores in patterns, not chaos. When He begins to restore what you lost, it happens step by step, layer by layer, always in divine timing. You may think nothing is happening, but heaven works in silence first and reveals results last. What you are about to learn will help you recognize how God moves when He restores. The first stage of restoration is recognition. This is when God opens your spiritual eyes to see what was truly lost. Sometimes, what you thought you needed wasn't what God intended to return. Many chosen ones mistake restoration for replication. They expect God to give back the same thing they lost. But God rarely repeats. When He restores, He renews. Recognition means understanding that restoration doesn't always look familiar. You begin to see that what you lost had purpose in its absence, and that its replacement will carry a higher frequency, a deeper peace, and a divine alignment that the old never had. This stage shifts your focus from mourning to expectation. It reminds you that what's gone made space for what's greater. The second stage is alignment. Once your spirit recognizes the season of restoration, your heart and mind must align with it. God cannot restore to a heart that is still holding bitterness or doubt. Alignment happens when you surrender fully, not halfway, not occasionally, fully. You release control, forgive the ones who hurt you, let go of resentment, and open your energy to receive divine flow again. The more you align, the more heaven moves. You'll notice synchronicities increasing, numbers, signs, dreams, or encounters that confirm God's hand in your life. You'll feel your vibration shift from waiting to welcoming. This alignment is magnetic. It draws what belongs to you naturally. Restoration isn't chased. It's attracted through alignment. Then comes preparation. Before God places blessings back into your hands, He ensures you've grown enough to handle them. Many people lose what was restored because they didn't let the lesson shape their wisdom. You, chosen one, are being refined so that what's restored cannot be taken again. During preparation, God strengthens your character, matures your patience, and tests your discernment. You may feel delayed again, but this isn't punishment. It's divine calibration. Heaven won't let you receive what you're not ready to protect. You'll notice God cutting away the last traces of old habits, removing lingering fears, and renewing your confidence. This is where He ensures that the foundation of your new season is stable and secure. The next stage is manifestation. This is when restoration becomes visible. Doors begin to open where none existed. People who once ignored you suddenly seek your presence. Opportunities, ideas, and resources start aligning effortlessly. What once seemed out of reach becomes part of your reality. You'll see proof that every silent season had meaning. But here's the secret. Manifestation is only the middle, not the end. Restoration is not just about things returning to you, it's about you returning to yourself. You'll notice that you feel lighter, more centered, more powerful. That's because true restoration happens within, before it happens without. And then, the final stage, elevation. This is where God multiplies what He restored. You don't just get back what you lost. You receive it pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. You realize that what left your life came back refined, purified, and magnified. Your finances multiply, your peace deepens, your influence expands, but most importantly, your relationship with God becomes unshakable. You see now why you had to lose first, because without the loss you would have never discovered the level of trust that led to elevation. Chosen one, this process may feel long, but it is sacred. God restores with precision. He knows what to return, when to return it, and how much stronger to make it. Every closed door, every unanswered prayer, every night you felt forgotten was part of His design to bring you to this point. The process of restoration is not about replacing the old. It's about upgrading your destiny. During this process, you'll also notice a deep spiritual shift. The old version of you, the one who begged for things to stay, begins to fade. In its place rises the version that understands divine flow. You'll no longer need to fight for what's yours, because you'll realize that nothing meant for you can be taken from you. God restores peace before possessions, clarity before confirmation, and faith before fortune. That's the divine order. So if you're in the middle of this process, if things are just starting to align but haven't yet manifested, don't give up. Don't doubt. Stay consistent in your faith, your gratitude, and your purpose. Speak restoration daily. Thank God for what's on its way, not just what has arrived. Every word of faith becomes a building block in the reconstruction of your destiny. Chosen one, your restoration is already underway. You've recognized, aligned, and endured. Heaven is now preparing to manifest and elevate what you once thought was gone forever. You are not going back to what you had. You're stepping into something higher, purer, and divinely yours. Let go of fear. The process is complete when you stop chasing and start receiving. Remember, God restores differently than the world does. The world replaces, but God renews. And everything you lost will return to you transformed, multiplied, and carrying the fingerprints of heaven itself. The warning: don't let the enemy trick you again. Chosen one, restoration is a sacred gift, but with every divine blessing comes a test. When God begins to restore everything you lost, the enemy takes notice. He can't stop what God has ordained, but he will try to delay it, distract you, or make you doubt it. That's why you must stay vigilant now more than ever. You've come too far, cried too long, and endured too much to fall for the same traps that once broke you. The enemy is subtle. He won't always show up as darkness. Sometimes he disguises himself as light. He'll try to reintroduce the very things God freed you from, but this time they'll look prettier, sound wiser, and feel more convincing. Be careful, because everything that glitters in this new season isn't gold. Some of it is bait, meant to pull you back into old cycles of pain and confusion. The moment restoration begins, counterfeits appear. False friends return, old habits resurface, and opportunities arise that seem right but drain your spirit. That's the enemy's game, to test if you've truly learned from your wilderness. Chosen one, discernment is your armor now. You cannot afford to move by emotion, you must move by revelation. The same pain you went through before was your training ground. You now know how deception feels, that uneasiness in your spirit, that small warning in your gut, that whisper saying, "And I, not this again." Don't ignore it. That's God's voice protecting what He restored. The enemy's goal isn't always to destroy you instantly. Sometimes he just wants to distract you enough to make you lose focus. If he can't stop your blessing, he'll try to slow it down. You must guard your energy in this season. Protect your peace like treasure. Don't let everyone access you just because they suddenly admire your glow. Some people only see the light in you because they want to drain it. Be wise, chosen one. The same people who mocked your struggle may now want to attach themselves to your success. Test every spirit. Don't open your heart too quickly, and don't mistake flattery for favor. Those who are meant to walk with you will confirm themselves through consistency, peace, and spiritual alignment, not manipulation or pressure. Another trap the enemy uses is doubt. When things start going well again, he whispers, "What if it doesn't last?" Or, "What if you lose it again?" Don't let fear pollute your faith. Remember what God told you. This restoration is permanent. You've already been through the fire. Now you're refined gold. What's coming cannot be taken by the same tricks that worked before unless you open the door again. Every thought of fear or worry is an invitation for confusion, and confusion is the enemy's favorite weapon. Keep your mind anchored in truth. Affirm daily that what God gives, no one can take. Chosen one, understand this. Every new level requires new boundaries. When God elevates you, your environment must change with you. The people, habits, and places that once fit your old season may not fit this one. Don't force what God already separated. The enemy loves to use nostalgia to trap the faithful. He'll remind you of how things used to be to lure you backward. But remember, you prayed for this restoration. You can't hold on to the old while reaching for the new. If the enemy can't trick you through people, he'll try through your thoughts. He'll whisper lies about your worth, your purpose, and your progress. He'll try to convince you that you're not truly chosen, or that God's promises are too good to be true. Silence that voice immediately. You've already seen too much evidence of God's hand in your life to fall for that now. Speak truth over your mind. Remind yourself daily, I am protected, I am restored, I am chosen. This is your warning, chosen one. Don't let the enemy steal what you've waited for. Stay grounded in prayer, protect your heart, and move with discernment. You are not who you were before the loss. You are wiser now, stronger now, anointed now. The tricks that once worked on you no longer hold power. This time, when the enemy comes knocking, he'll find the door sealed by divine authority. Remember this always. The same hand that restored you will sustain you. As long as you remain aligned with God's will, no weapon, no word, and no deceit can undo your restoration. Guard your peace, guard your purpose, and never forget, the enemy only attacks what carries value. You are that value, chosen one. That's why the battle was fierce. But now, victory is yours. Don't let him trick you again. The final message. Your restoration is already in motion. Chosen one, I need you to understand something with complete certainty. Your restoration isn't coming. It has already begun. Even if you can't see it with your eyes yet, it's unfolding in ways that will soon leave you speechless. The shift has already been declared in the heavens. The same God who allowed your loss has now commanded your restoration. Every delay, every tear, every heartbreak, and every lonely night was a seed. And now, the harvest is starting to break through the soil of your life. You are not waiting for restoration. You are walking in it. The evidence may still be invisible, but the energy has changed. Your name has been whispered in rooms you've never entered. Your prayers have activated movements you cannot yet perceive. The silence you endured has become the sound of divine preparation. God is not planning to restore, He is restoring. The angels assigned to your destiny are already moving, aligning, and delivering. What once felt still is now alive with divine activity. You see, restoration is not just about getting back what you lost. It's about receiving back everything you were promised, multiplied, refined, and purified through your pain. God is not sending back the same blessings in the same form. No, He's sending them elevated, transformed to match the person you've become. You are not who you were before the loss, and so your blessings cannot look like they did before. God restores according to your growth, not your grief. Chosen one, your restoration is not limited to one area. It's touching every corner of your existence, spiritual, emotional, physical, and financial. Your health is being renewed, your mind is being cleared, your relationships are being repaired, and your purpose is being reignited. Even now, divine opportunities are aligning to meet you halfway. The same people who overlooked you will soon have to witness the power of God moving through you. The same spaces that rejected you will open their doors wide. This is divine compensation, and it's your turn to receive it. Many of you have felt a strange stirring lately. Dreams that feel prophetic, peace that comes out of nowhere, unexpected signs repeating themselves. Those are not coincidences. They are confirmations that your restoration is already in motion. Heaven always sends signals before manifestation. The number sequences, the repeated messages, the inner knowing. That's your spiritual radar picking up divine movement. Pay attention, because God is revealing step by step what He's about to unfold. And let me tell you this, chosen one, when restoration begins, resistance appears too. Don't be alarmed if you face sudden distractions, strange delays, or emotional turbulence. That's not failure, that's proof of movement. The enemy fights hardest when your breakthrough is closest. You're not being attacked because you're weak, you're being tested because you're next. But this time, no attack will succeed. This time, you'll stand firm. This time, you won't break under pressure, you'll rise above it. This season is about divine reversal. Everything that was stolen is being returned. Everything that was broken is being rebuilt, and everything that was lost is being renewed. God is not just giving it back, He's giving it back better. You will recover what you lost, but you'll also discover what you never knew you had. Every hardship was a setup for revelation. Every loss carried hidden wisdom. The old version of you couldn't handle what's coming, but the healed version can. You are stepping into a chapter written for your elevation, not your survival. Chosen one, walk with confidence now. Don't wait for visible proof to believe. Your belief is the magnet that completes the miracle. Start speaking restoration into every area of your life. Say it out loud. My restoration is in motion. My blessings are aligning. My time has come. Declare it daily and watch how heaven responds. You've been tested, purified, and chosen for this moment. You didn't endure all that pain to end in defeat. You endured it to rise as proof of divine faithfulness. And as you move forward, don't just expect what you lost. Expect more. Expect overflow, favor, divine acceleration. Expect the phone call that changes everything, the opportunity that fits perfectly, the peace that surpasses understanding. You are entering your recompense season, where God not only restores, but repays. Every delay will make sense when you see what was being built for you behind the veil. If your spirit feels this truth resonating right now, comment 999 below, the number of completion and divine new beginnings. Let heaven know that you're ready, aligned, and open to receive what's yours. Because this time, you won't have to chase. This time, blessings will find you. Chosen one, lift your head and open your heart. The battle you thought would break you has crowned you with wisdom. The silence you thought meant abandonment was actually divine strategy. The restoration you've prayed for is no longer in the distance. It's standing at your door. All that was lost is returning, in divine order, multiplied and blessed. Walk boldly into it, because the storm has passed and the promise has arrived. Your restoration is already in motion. All of heaven has moved on your behalf. Receive it, claim it, and walk as the restored, anointed, unstoppable chosen one you were always meant to be. Outro. Walk into your restoration season. Chosen one, this is your moment. You've walked through the fire, and you've survived the flood. You've lost, you've cried, you've questioned, and yet here you are, stronger than ever, standing on the edge of your restoration season. This is not the end of your story. This is the divine beginning that your pain was preparing you for. Everything you went through, every silent night, every lonely season, every unanswered prayer, it all served a sacred purpose. You are now stepping into the fulfillment of that purpose. The storm that was meant to destroy you has cleared the path for your elevation. Walk into your restoration season with confidence. Walk with your head high, because you've earned every ounce of this victory. You've been tested and proven. You've faced spiritual warfare and kept your faith intact. You've endured the stripping, the silence, and the solitude. And now, heaven is saying, it's time. It's time for the manifestation of everything that was promised. It's time for the rewards of your faith. It's time for the chosen ones to rise. In this season, don't look back. What's behind you has served its purpose. You don't need to chase what left or mourn what ended. The same God who removed certain things is the same God who is now replacing them with divine upgrades. Every closed door was a redirection, not a rejection. Everything that fell apart did so only because it wasn't built to last. You're walking into a new life now, one that matches your healed spirit, your renewed mind, and your elevated soul. Chosen one, you will notice that peace will follow you wherever you go. People will sense the difference in your presence. You'll no longer feel like you're striving or fighting for blessings. They'll simply flow to you. That's the beauty of divine restoration. When God restores, He removes the struggle and replaces it with grace. You'll begin to see things align with ease, opportunities appearing without effort, and favor walking beside you like a faithful friend. That's the mark of your new season. This is also the time to protect what's being restored. Guard your peace like it's sacred gold. Don't let old patterns sneak back in to steal what you've prayed for. Move in silence when necessary. Not everyone who claps for you is happy for you, and not every ear deserves access to your plans. Remember, this restoration is holy ground. Don't let negative energy trample it. Speak life over your days, speak gratitude over your blessings, and keep your eyes fixed on God, not on the distractions. Chosen one, Restoration is more than recovery. It's rebirth. You're not returning to who you were before the pain. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. You've been purified by experience, strengthened by adversity, and anointed through endurance. The person who once doubted themselves has now become a vessel of divine confidence. The heart that once broke has become a well of compassion and wisdom. You have been transformed, and now that transformation will bear fruit in every area of your life. As you walk into your restoration season, take a moment to thank God. Thank Him, not just for what He's about to give you, but for what He allowed you to lose. Because without the loss, you would have never found the truth of your calling. Every ending was secretly a new beginning. Every fall was followed by divine lifting. You are proof that God's grace is real and that His timing is perfect. So now, rise. Step into your blessings. Walk in your new authority. Speak with the voice of someone who knows they've been chosen, protected, and destined. You don't have to force anything anymore. Simply align, believe, and receive. The worst is behind you, and the best is not coming. It's already here. Chosen one, your restoration season has begun. Walk into it boldly. Walk into it gratefully. Walk into it with the confidence of one who knows that God Himself has gone before you. Everything you lost is returning, and everything you endured is being redeemed. You are no longer broken. You are reborn. This is your time. This is your season, and this is your divine reward. God has restored you completely, and from this day forward, your life will never be the same.